Hey guys, Randomz here. Welcome to another video. This one's a bit of a request slash video that I wanted to do. Someone asked that I should talk about Murdoc and Nichols. I thought that how about we talk about the whole band, And if there's people who also want me to talk about the other characters and my thoughts on them, leave a comment down below, and we'll do the side characters if you guys like. If we get like about 5 people who comment that they want me to do the video, then I will do the video. So we'll start in order. We'll go with I'm pretty sure it was Murdoc. Then he found 2D at the car center. Then he got Russel, I think, which he kidnapped Russel. And then they got Noodle last, which in the FedEx box, and I'll talk about that later. So we'll start with Murdoc Nichols. He is my favorite of them all. He's my favorite one. I don't know, the skin color, like I don't know, he's the one that's pretty much the most different out of the band in my opinion. But this is the order that I'll go with. We'll talk about the character, their clothes, their voice, best phase, and favorite moments. So when it comes to Murdoc Nichols, he's changed, and I feel like they toned him down because Gorillaz was they were a bit more hardcore with Murdoc, because he was kind of, he was edgy, and there were some things with him. I think they kind of toned him down a bit after the Now, but he's still cool. I still like him. When it comes to his clothes, I think of phase 1. I'll probably pop images up so it goes along with what I'm talking about. But I think of that phase 1. He's in those like dark blue jeans with the brown boots, and I think it's like a gray shirt. I don't know. That's what I think. It's from the Clint Eastwood. Just phase 1 Murdoc. When I think Murdoc, I think his clothes from phase 1 and from phase 4 Humans, right? That was phase 4. Somewhere around there. Just, I like how, and I almost dressed like him too a bit with the boots. I like his boots. He's actually inspired me to get what's called Chelsea boots, and I actually have them right here. So these are Chelsea boots. And I don't know, ever since I see Murdoc, I even have my own like leather jacket, because he always pulled off these boots and like a jacket. I don't know, just you could tell he's really my favorite. I kind of almost dress like him, but I just like the clothes he had, so I kind of got the same thing, and almost think of Murdoc every time I put the boots and the jacket on. And when it comes to his voice, all these characters have good voices, but of course Murdoc being my favorite with his I'm gonna do a bit of an impersonation. I forgot who, someone did an interview with him, and Murdoc was saying, you got the standard vision, then you got the deluxe vision, which the real fans are gonna buy. I don't know, something about his voice is really cool. It's very pleasing. Huel even said, I miss whenever you did that. It was kind of a scowl that he did, or the or something like that when he does that. Then best phase of Murdoc, he's really changed with his color, because he's always rotting, so he always gets greener. There's times where I go back, it's like phase 1, phase 2 with his like vampire cape, I kind of like that. Phase 3 was okay with him. Phase 4, you barely saw him. The Now, he was not in there. You just seen a picture of him in jail in the little video he got, thanking everyone. And then now we have a song machine with him. He said this on his Twitter before with this whole eye thing. They need to keep the red eye. They need to keep the soak eye, the evil eye. They need to keep it. He said something about, I put a contact lens in. I forgot why, but he says something about that. If I were to say best phase, it's either Song Machine, because his green looks good there, or phase 1, because it's just classic Murdoc. Best phase for him there. Maybe phase 2, Demon Side, or Demon Sides, Demon Days. Then finally, the best moments with Murdoc. I think of phase 1 with the G-Bytes, when him and 2D are playing with the controllers. They're actually controlling Russel, or Murdoc's controlling Russel, and 2D's controlling Noodle. And like, my controller's broken. Best 2 out of 3. I only recently discovered, someone told me, Murdoc told a story. I forgot what it was. It was during a Demon Days era. He said some like embarrassing, pretty graphic story. I forgot what it was, but that was pretty interesting. And then the last one I can think of in my head is, hi, I'm Murdoc Nichols from Gorillaz. Just the classic line right there. Then when it comes to Song Machine, I guess I'd say him and his Pac-Man undies, which that should have been a merch idea. I wouldn't have bought it, but that would have been a cool merch idea with the Pac-Man undies that Murdoc wears. But that's like an iconic look in my opinion. Now we'll move on to 2D, the singer. He came in second, I believe, because Murdoc. It was started with Murdoc and another guy, but I'm just picking with the main characters here. He went to like a car to get a car or something. I forgot. Then he busted his eyes in, and then we have 2D. So when it comes to 2D, just himself, I think he's the tallest in the band. Murdoc is like second shortest, I think. Noodle's lower. Then I think it's Murdoc, then Russel. But Russell's kind of mixed. I'm not sure. He always changes. Then it's 2D. Or if you want to include Ace, he's Ace and then 2D. But we're not talking about Ace in this one. That's only to get 5 comments. I will talk about 5 legitimate comments by people who want me to talk about the other characters, my thoughts. Then we'll go through with it. But we're talking about the main characters. So 2D, when it comes to him, he's the tallest. Blue hair. I honestly miss the purple hair 2D. I wish he would go back to it. Will he? I don't know. But I kind of miss the purple hair from 2D in the phase 1. He's definitely almost the like silliest. He's no offense, but he's a little dumb, but it's a cute and innocent type of dumb. But it's a good thing. It's his character. I like it. Then he has black eyes and white eyes. When it comes to that, they said it's based off his mood. So he still has white eyes. I guess he's happy now, or he's okay now. But I would love to see a song machine where he goes back to the black eyes. That'd be interesting. When it comes to his clothes, people really like his clothes. They really, I think he's the most famous when it comes to his wardrobe. Whenever I think 2D, I just think phase 1 with the T virus. Or I think it's the same shirt he wears in Clint Eastwood. And the Hello Kinky, I like that too. And he's kind of the same as Murdoc with the whole jeans, pants, although he'll just wear a shirt, a t-shirt, but sometimes a jacket as well. And when it's coming to clothes, there's nothing that really pops to my head. Phase 3 with his hat and what he wore, there's like an image. I'm not sure if it was fan-made. It's where he's in a boat and the beach is like, plastic beach is right behind him. He has white eyes for the first time and he's kind of like winking and he's in a boat by himself with a picture of David Bowie. That stands out to me, but wardrobe wise for anything else, it doesn't really come to mind. Then when it comes to his voice, a lot of people love doing his impression. I think this is the only character that fans can replicate. No one comes close to Murdoc, Russel, or Noodle in my opinion to copying their voice, but 2D, there's a lot of people who try to impersonate him with the voice. And with his voice, it's pretty cool. It's changed throughout the years with the voice actors. He kind of almost has a lisp, almost, or just something about his voice. Sometimes his voice will crack, and his speaking voice is way different than his singing voice. But yeah, hearing him in the Song Machine Bites, it's pretty cool to hear 2D and Murdoc talk to each other. Then when it comes to the best phase for 2D, I would say phase 1. It's either phase 1, then Now, which is phase 5, I think. I'm not sure if I'm right on that. And Song Machine kind of. So I'd probably say Now, because he completely dominates in the Now. And they say cocky 2D, because he was cocky and he was kind of the leader somewhat. There's an image of him, but it's a Detail by Huel. The Detail is like a thing he teased in Instagram. We did a video on Detail as well. That ended up to be an art book. So I don't think cocky 2D will be returning. But I would say phase 1 or phase 5 with the Now is probably my favorite phase of 2D. Then for best moments, Song Machine, phase 1, and I'd probably say the Stylo video. I liked him in the Stylo video as well. But phase 1 because the G Bites, and then Song Machine because he's kind of involved a lot in the Song Machine. And then Now, seeing that model clay version of 2D with he's kind of undead and the nose coming out, he looks kind of dead. But yeah, I'm just all over the place with thinking about 2D with his best moments. But I did like the interaction somewhat in the Now with Ace and 2D. That was kind of cool. Any interaction with Ace 2D or Murdoc in 2D, I kind of like that. I don't know, just something about that. I like that interaction the most. So now we'll move on to Russel Hobbs. So I'm pretty sure he came 3rd or he came 2nd. I'm not sure. I just know that Murdoc kidnapped him and he just stuck along because I think he said something about them making music, and I think that's cool. I'm pretty sure he said something like around those lines. When it comes to Russel, he is he was the same height as Murdoc, then he's taller, then he's big, because in phase 3, then now allegedly he's like 5'10" or something like that. But when it comes to Russel and just him, he's the underdog. He's like the underrated, he's the underappreciated character in this band. But yes, with all these other characters, there's some cool things that I like about him. So we'll move on to his clothes. I think Demon Days, that's what I think of. Phase 1, there's like, he wears like some sort of hexagonal orange vest thing. That was kind of cool. I think of phase 2, where it's they used to do the idents. They need to go back to that. That was cool. There was a whole bunch of big speakers, and he was on top of a speaker, and whatever he wore there, that was kind of cool. And there's not much else wardrobe wise. I'm playing my own videos as I'm filming, and what's playing is the Hawaii one, so the thumbnail of him and Pac-Man. That was kind of iconic as well, but nothing at the top of my head I can think of wardrobe wise for me. And then when it comes to Russel's voice, Russel has the most bass, deep voice of them all. I think it's probably the most relaxing to listen to. His voice actor changed about 2 times, or 1 time it changed. Well, I'm not sure. It had one voice actor, now we have another one. But with Russel's voice, it's the most deep and calming voice of them all. And then we'll move on to his best phase. I would say his best phase is either Plastic Beach, because he was huge, or Song Machine, because he's more involved now. Because everything else, kind of a side character. Phase 1, kind of, with the he got his butt kicked to Noodle, or 2D, because 2D was controlling Noodle when they were playing that video game. But I'd say Plastic Beach, maybe phase 1, and Song Machine is the best phase, in my opinion, of Russel. Then best moments, I'll go back to that moment where he got his butt kicked to Noodle. Oh, you can't forget the "we'll make a deal" with Dell. And then whenever 2D, they're betting if 2D will jump over Russel, and then 2D fails and right on top of his stomach, he says, and then he says something about, then it's gonna be you who's gonna get beat up, or something like that. Some people say it's a callback in the Now whenever Russel tripped 2D, because it was kind of payback for back then in phase 1. If that's true, that's a cool callback. But I'll say phase 1, whenever he got kicked by Noodle, and then 2D like got that bike on his belly and he got kind of pissed. And then the Now when he trips 2D, I know that's messed up, but that was, I don't know, that was just kind of funny. And then Song Machine, here and there with him, I'd probably say Pac-Man was cool. That's kind of it. He's still underappreciated. And when it comes to songs, real quick, I just want to say Murdoc has Murdoc is God. 2D has 1-2-D-3, a song about them, just them. Russel, you'd have to pick a song. It's kind of tough. And the Noodle, you'd have to pick as well. You could say, okay, you could say Dare. But there's nothing that, because Murdoc is God. That's his name in the title. 1-2-D-3, that's as close as you can get to 2D. There's not a song called 2D or anything like that. And then Russel and Noodle, they don't really have a song titled with them. I hope that they do get that in the future. But yeah, that's best phase and best moments with Russel. And we'll move on to the final member who came last, I'm pretty sure, and that is Noodle. Okay, when I just think of Noodle, I think of the bloomer, the one who had to go through puberty, the one who actually grows throughout the entire phase, or throughout all the phases. Then we'll move on to clothes. I think phase 1 with the whole, did she have like an antenna or something like that? It was like a gray jacket. It reminds me of the 2000. That's what I'm thinking of, that wardrobe. Humans, she was very fashionable in Humans. Humans onward, she's pretty fashionable. Phase 3 with a mask, that was kind of cool. But yeah, she's the most fashionable out of them all, I would say. And when it comes to her voice, I miss the first old school voice. And I get that voice had to change because this character actually ages, so the voice will change. The current voice actor now, I think Noodle needs to speak more. We need to hear more of Noodle. We don't really hear that much of Noodle's voice. So with Russel, we don't see him that much. Noodle, you see a lot, but you don't hear her talk that much. Then best phase of Noodle, I like phase 1 Noodle. Phase 1's cool. Then Humans, because she's very fashionable. and then phase 3 with the whole mask thing, and she's somewhat alone and kicked out of the band, almost, kind of. And favorite moments, the phase 1 with her kicking Russel's butt. Phase 2 with the ident video, or the, I don't think it was an ident. She's in like a very small, those very small motels, and she's in her own like cube. I think it was for the MTV Awards or something like that. She says, "Thank you for the awards," something like that. Well, she's talking to us as she's playing something, and she messes up and she curses. That was pretty funny. Then phase 2, Dare, basically her own music video. That was pretty cool. I like phase 3. This only played in the live version of Broken, and it's when it's kind of a interaction with Russell and Noodle, and Russell kind of opens his palm and there's Noodle, and then she plays the I don't know what you want to call it, but she plays an instrument. Phase 4 was cool because she was fashionable. I like the ad with just Noodle. It's a Jaguar ad where she's kind of just racing, and it's a sponsor for it. She comes out and she says something about "wouldn't you agree?" or "it's pretty fast" or something like that. The now here and there is okay. Then with Song Machine, I just think of episode 1, season 1, Momentary Bliss, where she's going like that with Damon. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that about wraps up my entire thoughts on these characters: Murdoc, Nichols, 2D, or Stuart Pot, or Stu Pot, or just Stu, Russell Hobbs, or Russ, do it again. Oh, I forgot about, that's a good moment too. With these action figures are useless. And Noodle, or I think it's Watashi Noodle. I forgot the full name. But yeah, what turned into a one character video turned into the main characters. And if we get 5 comments, 5 different people that want me to talk about the side characters, so it'd be like Dell, Ace, Cyborg Noodle, Boogeyman, like we'll go for the known side characters, not that one guy who was in the Now, the prisoner. I don't know nothing about him. Like the major side characters. 5 comments, 5 different people, I will do it. This has been Randomz. Hope you guys like, comment who's your favorite and why. Tell me what I went through. The character themselves, their clothes, their voice, best phase, and favorite moments of that character. Leave in the comment below. But guys, hope you guys like. You can also comment a video suggestion where Randomz do anything random. Known for the Gorillaz content though, of course. Keep pushing with that. And subscribe to support the channel. So I'll see you guys in the future videos to come. Peace out.